everyone. Today on ArtTalk, we're going to be looking more into Sharon's question and look more into the technique aspects of realism. So now Dr. Andrew Shaw-Schatzi is going to take us through that.
Thank you. So last time I talked about sort of the mental approach, the mental attitude as being a big part of achieving realism, and maybe paradoxically saying, try not to have the intention, not the effort to make something look real. When you're more likely it's going to come out real. So you're more trusting your perception as opposed to trying to achieve something, as opposed to letting it unfold through your perception, through what you see. And I said this time we talk a little bit more about technique. I'll just sort of give a couple of hints about that. In terms of realism, the placement of sort of, let's say we're talking about a face, facial landmarks. The main landmarks on the face are the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. If I want things realistic, I need to have the relative position and relative size represented accurately. So instead of thinking about how do I paint this eye and how do I paint that eye, the more important part than exactly what the eye looks like is the position of the eye relative to the other eye, to the nose, to the mouth, and its size. Is it accurate? Because we can have likeness whether someone's eyes are open or closed. It can still look realistic. We don't really need to paint the eye. It's the position and how everything relates to each other, these landmarks. And it'll be the same if I'm drawing a chair, with the armrests, the seats, the back, all how do they relate to each other? That's very, very important. And the part B, in terms of technique, is attention to edges. And the edges are sort of the demarcation between one part and one other part. So it might be the plane of a face, or it might be an eye, and under the eye, it might be the bridge of the nose versus the tip of the nose. As a general rule, edges within objects, and certainly within something you're trying to make realistic, edges should be very soft, meaning there's a much more gradual change. It's almost hard to tell when it was one color and changed another color. They kind of just, one flows into the other. And you do the flow around the face. The hard edges are between. So I might have a hard edge between my head and the background. There is even a hard edge maybe with my eyelid or my eyelash. But for the most part, soft edges are very important for making things look realistic. In animation and illustration, often all edges are hard. They don't really exist, soft edges. So the goal is not to make it look realistic. It's still to represent something and make it appear to be a person. But realistic requires attention to edges, maintaining the softness within, and only using hard edges where it's appropriate. So summarize the accurate placement relative to each other, relative position, and relative size of landmarks on whatever my drawing is, or my painting is, and the edges, to pay attention to where the edges need to be soft, where they need to be harder. Those two things will go a long way towards helping you achieve realism.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for taking us through some of those techniques, and we hope that this helps answer your question. If you guys have any more questions for Andrew, please leave them in the comments and you might have a chance to be featured in our next Art Talk.
Thank you.